Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This is your boy Bangful B of the Lassiter Factor, and today I'm going to talk about Masters of the Universe, which was also released over the weekend. I went to the theater to go see it, so let's review. So, Masters of the Universe is the second adaptation of the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Mattel toy line or cartoon, wherever your love for this IP stems from. When Prince Adam was a child, Grayskull takes over Eternia, and so Prince Adam is sent to Earth for 15 years and is separated from the sword that gives him the power of He-Man until he finds it, finds his way back to Earth via Man-at-Arms and Lena. They work together in taking back Eternia from Grayskull. Now, He-Man is an IP that I've always been aware of, but I can't say I have any real attachment to it. I've never seen the 80s cartoon. I never had any of the toys. I've never seen the movie from 1987, which I totally forgot about prior to seeing this movie, but because I don't have any real attachment to Masters of the Universe and He-Man, I just, right now, just don't have any real desire to go watch it. Though there is a pretty cool cameo from this original movie in the new movie, which I won't spoil, but you can probably figure out who it is. My introduction to He-Man as an IP was the 2000s cartoon that aired on Cartoon Network back in the day, and aside from the memes of Grayskull and I have the power, like that is where my knowledge of He-Man begins and ends. So I went into this movie not as a fan of He-Man, but as a movie fan that was just looking for a rip-roaring good time. And I walked away from this movie feeling like I did. To me, this movie gave me exactly what I thought I was gonna get. It reminded me of the cartoon. It tried to be nothing more, nothing less, or at least it was just at least a competent film. This movie is directed by Travis Knight, who gave us Kubo and the Two Strings and the Bumblebee movie from a few years ago. So it's no surprise that he was hired to make another adaptation of another classic 80s property. I know some people have issues with this movie, and understandably so, but for me, this movie is in the running for my personal award for a movie that gave me exactly what I asked for, because this movie definitely gave me exactly what I asked for. I saw the trailers, and to me, it looked like the cartoon, and it just looked like a fun time, and this movie gave me exactly that. However, I was surprised to see that they did kind of give Prince Adam an arc. They kind of gave him an arc that deals with masculinity, but they don't beat you over the head with it. It just serves his particular arc. And given how ridiculous He-Man is and just the ridiculousness of this universe, they play around with that, but also play into that. I'd say Nicholas Galitzine did an excellent job as his character. I really liked Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms in this movie because in the movie he starts out one way, but then once we meet up with him again 15 years later, he's in a totally different place that I kind of liked for his arc in this movie. His daughter Tila, played by Camila Mendes, who is always fun to look at, was excellent within this movie. As well as Marina Baccarin, who is also excellent in this movie and is also fun to look at. And real quick, what's this movie's deal with giving Brazilian women blue contacts? I don't know. I don't care. I'd still fold for both of them. Alison Brie, who is also fun to look at, was also pretty good in this movie. I mean, she understood what kind of movie she was in. But of course, biggest concern, but also turned out to be the biggest surprise of this movie, was Jared Leto as Skeletor. He understood the assignment with this movie, and I'd say he finally found his, I guess, his franchise, his character-based movie. But I really mean that. He understood the assignment. He knew exactly what kind of movie he was making. This is the type of villain that I've been missing for God knows how long. Just a villain that just takes glee in being evil. He is deliciously evil. He basically well, like I said, I never watched much of the cartoon from back in the day, but from what I've seen, he basically emulated what I imagined Skeletor to be in a modern adaptation of He-Man. Only real gripe I have about this movie is the runtime. I just felt like this movie was a bit too long for what it set out to do, and there were times where I'm like, all right, can we get a move on here? But other than that, I really enjoyed this one. To fans of Masters of the Universe, be happy. You got yourself a good adaptation of this IP. I'm going to give Masters of the Universe the thumbs up emoji. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have you seen Masters of the Universe? If so, let me know what you think in the comment section below. This your boy Bangful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.